YouTube, everywhere else, Glow Yard Gang podcast listeners across the globe. Welcome to another episode of We Talk Combat, where we talk about all things combat sports and entertainment. Another show today, another week of wrestling and other things. But first, if you don't know, my name is King. I'm joined by my co-host. First, we have Queen here. How you doing today, babe?
It's another great Sunday. It was a little slow week, but we got some news to talk about.
All right. We also have my brother Travis down bottom to the left. How you feeling today, Travis? Turn them damn phones off. Oh man, Ciro De Niro, we can't even hear you. But all right. What up? We also got BA. We also have BA in the house. How you doing, bro? How you feeling?
Long for the ride, pause.
All right, y'all. Well, if you haven't already, please do us a huge favor and hit the subscribe button somewhere near BA's left shoulder. Also, hit that like button for us as well. We're on our way to our next goal, our first goal, I should say, of 500 subscribers, if we can get there. While you're at it, do us a favor and follow our other channel as well at We Talk Combat Clips. We have all our condensed episodes or condensed versions of our episodes in different shorts. But let's get straight to the highs and lows of this week, y'all. All right, Joe. So we had I guess another week of wrestling. First, let's start off with Raw. This past Monday happened. If you don't know, we go around the room, usually give our highs and lows of the show and also a letter grade, not really a full review, but just what we thought were the great parts of the show, the BS parts of the show, and just the overall grade. I'll start with you, Queen Babe. Let's go with Raw this week. What were your highs and lows of this week's Raw? And also, what's your letter grade for the show?
So, well, we know the big major thing because it's on the screen right now is OTC is back. Like, we know that. We knew it. You know that Seth out, so it was kind of important. One, we got to represent him. But so this week, it was kind of otherwise. That was the most major thing going on in Raw this week. Is that Roman came back. There was a few things I wanted to touch on. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss them. We had a nice promo, with Naomi. She came out and was talking trash with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, so I really appreciated that. She also made a point to let Io know that she can't talk because, oh my God, she can't talk, bro. I didn't really care as much about the rest of the women's matches. They kind of were, they're kind of meh. Gunther was out there again talking. As I said, the most main thing was really Roman coming back. Like, I don't really have anything else worth talking about. I'll move on the rest of the panel. I'm gonna give it a C minus, only because I thought the Naomi and Roman things brought everything up. Everything else was just kind of just a bunch of matches I feel like they threw together as a result, of Evolution and as well as because Seth is out injured, so it kind of messed up all the plans for the week. So yeah, I'll say C minus.
All right, C minus to start the show. All right, Travis, let's get to you, bro. What are your highs and lows of this week's Raw and your overall letter grade?
Well, for this week of Monday Night Raw, I actually gave it a C+. I enjoyed the Naomi promo. Actually, my favorite match throughout the whole show was the Bayley and Lara Valkyria fight. That was interesting. I didn't really care for Nikki Bella. I'm on the right show.
Yeah. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, you're right, show.
It was forgettable. I understand.
I ain't even. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically. Oh yeah. Another week of this. Dom and AJ Styles. These little promos back and forth. They actually been very enjoyable this week. Also, Braun Breaker just destroyed everybody until he eventually lost. But it was pretty.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I'd forgot about that.
It was pretty much an average episode for me for Raw. Basically, planning out SummerSlam, building SummerSlam together. So I give Raw a C+ for this week.
Okay, so we got a C. You said a C minus, Queen.
Yes, I would C minus.
Okay, so we have a C minus and a C plus. BA, what are your highs and lows for this week's episode of Raw, and also your overall letter grade?
Well, first, Paul Heyman came out and pretty much said, even if Seth is hurt, he got a whole year to cash in the Money in the Bank. So that was good to clarify that. But overall, this is just nothing but a weekend show and a half, right? So they had Evolution 2.0, 2.5, or whatever the case may be. Like, they just continued on with that. So that's, to me, not being original. Although it was good matches, that 2 out of 3 falls was pretty decent. And the Judgment Day against the Kabuki Warriors, that was cool. But I just seen all them. Like, first and foremost, some of these people need a break. The performances wasn't the best, but it is what it is. That's what they chose to do. And that Nikki Bella match, that was, I guess she had to wrestle some kind of way, but that was completely trash. She needed just a little bit more time to get back into whatever form that she was in, but she wasn't the best wrestler when she was.
I'm about to say, did she ever have it?
So I don't know what she's searching for, but she botched her own finishing move and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't like that. The gauntlet match was, to me, tell me that you watch AEW and their casino gauntlet match and say, hey, I'm going to try to do one the next night or 2 nights later. That's exactly what they did. So AEW had their casino gauntlet style match, and then here come Raw. Hey, we got a fresh idea for Monday Night Raw. Let's do a gauntlet match. Like, come on, bro. Like, you just saw that. So I didn't like that. And apparently there's no DQ for a gauntlet match. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that you can just literally just have a 2-on-1 and just call that
So I feel
match.
like you used to be able to.
No,
I
think that's pretty.
It is. No, I think that's what he's saying. The rules just changed because
it just was weird.
Paul wanted them to change for a reason.
So that was terrible to me. That's LA Knight. Why can't you beat a Braun Breaker after Braun Breaker already fought a match? I don't care if you slightly injured or not. Like, we were elevating you just like you just won against Seth, right? Even though I know how it ended, like, you just won. Like, where's your build? We just crashed that. Jey Uso, my man. I got love my man Jay, but a mid-match heat, that's what we doing now. We just gonna get away with a mid-match heat. He's over enough to do it. I was just shocked that they actually went with it. You notice he did this thing like 3 times because the producer in the back was like, we gonna do it again? Oh, okay, let's do it again. I didn't know. I didn't know we was doing that. So, yes, Roman came out, paused at the very end. CM Punk got the victory, and that was great. But Roman couldn't save this overall Raw for me, and to me, this overall gets an F. Not because of Roman.
Woo! All right, got the guns today. Well, I guess if you didn't know.
Warning, shots will be fired during this presentation.
Definitely was not prepared for that one, bro. Cactus Jack over there. But all right, let me give my overall grade. I'm gonna give Raw a C+. I'm gonna give it a C+, and the only reason I'm giving it that high of a grade is because I kind of like what Queen and I guess Travis said as well, because of Roman Reigns and Naomi. So the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode are the reason why it gets a passing grade. You know what, better yet, make it a C, not even a C+, just a C. The rest of the show, I didn't care for. Like you said, Justin, it was Evolution 2.0. Maybe I would care more about the Lyra Valkyria and the Bayley match if I didn't care about them, like I told you before. And I was saying on the last week, I think we talked about why don't you just make it Bayley and what's her name? Becky Lynch at the get rid of Lyra. And they went ahead and included Lyra again. So she better destroy Becky. I don't know. Why'd you even lose it in the first place? I guess you're still trying to build her, make her go through a feud of beating those people. So we'll see. But yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah. So the thing about the Becky angle is the fact that they performed well. It's just I just saw a triple threat. I just saw y'all. So to come back and have that that too. I'm like, yeah, can we come up with something better? But Lyra is definitely she's turning the corner to being successful herself. So I actually like her maturing in the ring itself. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I thank you. I appreciate that too. Thank you for
the assist.
tagging.
Gotcha. Keep going.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I didn't like I said, I don't care much for that rivalry as much. I know they're using it to build up Lyra. That's cool. Lyra, she's a good worker and all that. I wish promos mattered more in this wrestling. Like I feel like they're losing that with WWE. And if you lose your promos and like your guys actually being the better actors of the bunch, I should say, then maybe AEW has a chance to take over in the long run when that happens, because that used to be WWE's thing. That's what Vince McMahon was about, the entertainment. The guys that are out, guys and ladies that go out there and actually put on a show and make you feel a certain way. If they're going away from that, then that's a different situation. But the gauntlet match, I didn't understand that. I knew they wanted to push Braun Breaker, but to have him not only go through Penta, but like you said, LA Knight had just beat their boss. You feel like the leader of the group or whatever, just the night before, to then lose to a guy who just had one match, but then beat you cleanly. Like he beat the hell out of him cleanly. And then not only that, the Jey Uso thing, it's all good. Like he did the mid-match thing. I thought that was pretty cool. That's what Jey does now. I like that. Who was it? Was it Corey Graves that called it out and said that he may actually regret that doing that mid-match? Like you got to respect that. So I thought that was a nice audible by Corey Graves to call that out. And then also for Braun Breaker to beat the former, he was the world champion before this world champion, right? He was the last one before Gunther. It's been Jey Uso, correct?
But Bronson Reed came out and
yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of that, but like it was just too easy. Like why was it still took one spear? Did anybody take more than one spear?
No.
Did anybody get?
Was
it a tsunami on Jey Uso? Did he get a tsunami before the spear?
I don't think so.
No. He got his arm grabbed across the rope and then got a spear, and it was 1, 2, 3. This is for a championship opportunity. You feel me? Like at SummerSlam,
these are facts.
And you guys are supposed to be the top of the line guys. Like it's just it don't make sense to me how sometimes you have like it takes 5, 6 finishing moves to win a match, but then in other matches it takes one. You took away from the glory of the finishing move. Like that. Oh, man, I hate like going off on
it don't sound like a C to me. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it might not be, bro. It's not the greatest. Like I said, I only gave it a C. I only made it passing because I watched it again. I've watched the clips. I've watched the clips multiple times at Roman return, and I've watched it like the Naomi talking about like Queen said to EO. I thought that was hilarious because we all talk about it all the time. Like I don't care what they say. Naomi. She told her, I don't understand what you're saying because all of us don't understand what she's saying. She's keeping it real. But I did watch it for that, so that's why I gave it a passing grade. I did. This is going to be recognized for those moments. But like I said, overall, bro, I'm with you. If it didn't have those two, this definitely would have been an F for me. But let's go a little bit further down in the week. On Friday, we had Friday night SmackDown, you guys. So go to reverse way this time. Pause. Start with you, BA, bro. What were your highs and lows for this week's SmackDown episode, and what's your overall grade?
All right, so I like the fact that they attempted something different. Although we've seen the Rebel getting locked up and all that, we've seen those angles multiple times. But we gotta suspend disbelief for a little bit. It's still entertainment. So just to see the car breaking down and the MFTs out there and Street Profits was just kind of lingering around a little bit. Note that. And it was just a different way to start it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them trying new, although it's old, but just different stuff. I'm okay with that. Charlotte Flair is getting a resurgence, and that's cool. I like the fact that she's. It's crazy. I like the fact that she's actually happy. I don't necessarily care for her happiness. It's just she performs better when she's like trying to be a face in a sense and trying to be that heel. She cannot play the heel part. She does a terrible job at that. So to see her and Alexa Bliss actually form this team and it's coming together slowly but surely, I like the different steps to that. And anytime I get to see Raquel, that's a great thing too because she's performing very well. She's had a upsurge since Liz got injured. So shout out to her. Shout out to Roxanne. Shout out to the Judgment Day. In this particular situation, but Jacob Fatu getting jammed up. Judging from our past episode, it's just, screw you cops and all those things. It was that didn't sell me, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was okay. All right, you got it, big dog.
Right.
You got it. All right, just keep it moving. Damian Priest and Carmelo going at it. That was cool. Finally, Carmelo shout out to Carmelo getting a match. I'm gonna clap that up. Carmelo got a match on SmackDown.
He did take it out though.
Imagine that. He took an L, sure did. But he was there. No, was it? Did he take an L or was it disqualification?
No, he is disqualification on him because Alex the Black hit
Damien.
Yeah.
True.
You know how it works. We know the rules. Unless the rule change, the rules not gonna change for Carmelo though. It ain't gonna be a no. You feel me? A no contest.
No, that's 100% correct. Stephanie do they just want to combine everybody or just are brands a thing anymore? I don't know. Stephanie is on SmackDown now, I guess, performing a one-off match, which led to Piper and the Hervis and stuff. I didn't need this match. I could have used Julia. Where the hell is Julia? What Julia been at? She's the U.S. champion. I thought they had a thing with her and Selena Vega at the Rumble, at the Evolution Rumble thing. I'm like, cool, they going to expand on that. No, they didn't do anything with that. Can't find her. The tag team match was cool. Once again, the Fatal 4-Way, that was probably the highlight of the night, to be honest with you. Ray Phoenix and Andrade, they're great together. They're so good together. Pause. They might be. I don't know when him and Penta are going to actually form up. They might go brother versus brother, then brother being on the same team with brother, because they hot. They hot right now. So you got to ride that. Pause. And the contract signing, that was all right. That was cool. It was a different angle. Like, he tied up or whatever the case may be with John Cena with prior obligations and all that. That was a cool intro, but that missed me with it. It didn't sell me. So I guess I just wasn't happy this whole week. I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give it a D. I didn't pause. I didn't. It was no oohs and ahs coming from me. Pause today. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna start. Excuse me, out the gate with a hard D. Pause. Travis, what's your highs and lows of SmackDown this week, and what's your overall grade, bro?
Okay, for this episode of SmackDown, I actually gave it a C-. Okay. Like I said,
so you close to a D too.
Yeah, yeah, but that whole Jacob and the MFTs, that I really didn't think it was needed. That was Stephanie Valquer. I don't know what show she's on. I still want to know when is this draft is going to happen. Like, when's that going to come up? What else? Now, I said this. I don't know if I said this on the episode, but or either in the group chat that either Damian Priest and Aleister Black was going to eventually have some type of match together, and that the Fatal 4-Way, my favorite match of the entire night. Now, I was going to have a problem if that number one contender shit was going to come at SummerSlam, which was going to make the Y6 come on to SummerSlam and defend their titles. But yet, the Profits didn't get their PLE shine on, but that contract signing. What was Cody Rhodes thinking when he got off the top rope and did that stiff frog splash? Like, did Eddie Guerrero come from the dead or something like that? Like, I see excitement from.
I think the point was that he had the contract in his hand at the same time.
Tripping.
I think.
Yeah, he was just tripping his ass off the whole
tough.
time. He was just tripping. The whole dude. It was just I'll wait for my turn, but yeah.
My hand and drop it, and it looked like 10 times as better as Cody doing that frog splash. Now, I will say this though, and I'm saying it right now. Now, I know they said street fight is one of the conditions. Now, I heard The Rock is about to make a return at SummerSlam. Like, it's solidified. And it might be a heel turn happening too, I think. Cody might, become a bad guy. But I give SmackDown C-.
Okay, so you're going to give it a C-. So, like I said, you close to a D. All right, so we got a D, a C-, and Queen. Yes, you can hard pause that. What are your highs and lows for this week's SmackDown and your overall letter grade.
Like I'm against everybody else is that I actually felt like the SmackDown was stronger this week than
Oh,
the Raw,
sorry.
and I actually enjoyed it more for a bunch of reasons. I actually like that little hit and run thing at the beginning. Like I like that they kind of took it back to like the old days. It was kind of just a little bit of a little banter moment where you had like almost everybody around and like. It was part of the rest of the show. Like I like that little part. I always like it when they do stuff like that because I feel like that's the stuff that's out of the box and that's stuff that can help prepare people for the in between stuff that's going to actually happen out in the ring. Like, so I'm always a fan of those. I know that Charlotte defeated Rocco Rodriguez, and man, nobody cares about her. But I know, like, just like Travis was saying, is that we knew there was gonna be a setup for Aleister Black and Damian Priest do that whole thing that was going on in the backstage, which kind of messed up, like we said before, our truce thing that was going on last week. So it's like they kind of just started moving on. Okay, we'll go talk about the Damian Priest thing. Like, so I thought that was kind of weak, but I really actually like. It's funny. Solo's becoming my guy. Like he's my guy to watch. Like how you got LA Knight over there, but like Solo always be having me cracking up. Like he be having me going. Like especially this week when he was all doing the yada me and all that stuff in the middle. Oh, it was great. Like
Isn't it the
I love
face?
his not only just
It's
his
the
promos, but his
that whole thing,
yeah,
like,
like his little he one of the
yeah,
best ones
that's
on
his
the
face
mic over there. Like out of all the family, he the mic man. Like he's really good on
Mm-hmm.
mic. Like I love his promos every time. And like as I said, he's one of the strongest parts of the story because he's such a good person on the mic because everyone else is so weak. Like he kind of is the best at keeping the story going. We know Stephanie Vaquer was again, and like he said, I don't know what show she on either. Like I don't know what's up with her, but I do feel like just like BA was saying, I do think that they're gonna be setting up something more with the brothers of Penta and Ray Phoenix. Um, and I've noticed that Penta is doing less botches, so I'll like give him his credit there. So I feel like at this point I wouldn't be against it, and I feel like they could make a nice little a little stable with Andrade too. Like I think that could be something. But we'll see. I hate the Motor City Machine Gun Kellys, but they just be out there, and like they were saying, why it's sick. Nobody care about that. But that's what everybody else is saying. So we all knew this heel turn was coming, but the biggest problem is that Cody kept telling us about it. Like he was just so pressed to tell us he gonna do the heel turn. He was like, "Yeah, I might just show up and just do something. It might be 3 months from now, 6 months from now." Because I saw him on the thing with Kevin Owens when he was talking like when after Kevin Owens already had left for his injury, but he was doing the little show with the little Wheatley, that little thing where they sit in the trailer and drink. And he was talking about, it's like, yeah, everybody's been talking about when I'm gonna do a heel turn, and it might be 6 months from now, it may be years from now, and all that. So right when he said that, I was like, yeah, he about to do it like real soon. I already know that. And then plus, obviously, we've had little breadcrumbs left around from the Rock and the glasses and all the little, little gestures that they've kind of tried to place in there to give hints to it. So watching Cody turn basically do his heel turn and Cena be like, "Oh no, I'm a good guy now. I'm sorry for being a jerk this whole time. I was about to go record my movie real quick and I can't do this fight with you." Like the whole thing kind of like it made me laugh because it was so predictable. But the part that irritated me the most was that I feel like John Cena's acting during that whole thing was terrible. Like I just feel like it was just like really like it just like Cody kind of corny. So we kind of know and expect him to kind of come off corny. But like John Cena spent this whole time being angry and mean John Cena, and then suddenly he was just like all meek and docile. And it was just like it was too aggressively face and Cody was too aggressively heel. Does that make sense? Like I feel like it was too much. Like they should have practiced that a little bit more backstage or something. So even though that was supposed to be like I guess the high point of the SmackDown, that was kind of like the weakest point for me because it was just kind of Cody just kind of just really seemed kind of lame the whole time. Like he was just lame as hell. Like he already lame as hell anyways, but it was just like it was just more lame because I was like, man, I knew he was about to do this shit. Like it was literally like, man, not right now. Can you give us a week or something? Like you just talked about you was about to do this. Don't do it now. But yeah, as I said, I do overall do feel like this show was a little bit more watchable for me this week. So I'm actually going to give it a B minus. Actually, that'll be my score for the week.
You mute.
Damn,
You're
I'm sorry. So
you're
we
muted,
have
King.
We have a D.
You're muted.
Right? Pause. I'm still muted.
No, you good.
Yes.
Okay, we have a D. Pause.
Yeah, we can hear you.
A C minus. And what did you give it, Queen? A B what?
B minus.
A B minus. Okay.
B minus.
E minus.
I'm gonna give SmackDown a C. I gave Raw a C, right? I'm gonna give SmackDown a C as well. I'll give SmackDown a C as well. I'm gonna give SmackDown a C for the opposite reasons I gave Raw a C. I feel like what was in between, pause, I enjoyed more than what was on the outside. Raw, I felt like what was on the outside I enjoyed, and what was in between I didn't really like. The beginning part, that whole it was something different. BA, I agree. Like, it was different. It just didn't hit me. It's like, what are we doing here, man? I'm like, come on. It's like, read the room and what's going on right now, what's being said. Like, just chill. Not right now, but it is what it is with that. R-Truth wasn't on the show. Kind of talked about that with him beating Aleister Black. It kind of felt like he beat him, but you continue in his story instead of doing something with your own. Carmelo Hayes took the L by DQ because of Aleister Black. So I don't know what's going to go on with that. The tag team match, Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I think I said it before. They're probably the best tag team in wrestling right now, other than the Street Profits. It's them two already. I've seen enough. I'm worried though with them getting the win. I don't think they win next week, the championship, because it's too soon to get it with the Wyatt just winning it. So I don't want them to lose though, because then that might bury them, kind of like what happened with Fraxium. And shout out to Axiom taking that bump, man, off the top rope and nobody catching him to the outside. But he said he was okay. But yeah, as far as if they lose this match, so with that being said, Travis, if they do not lose this match and say something happens and it's like a DQ or no contest finish, maybe we do see the tag team championship being defended at SummerSlam, which was, I mean, if the Street Profits are involved in it still, it's cool. But if the Wyatts get to have a match and then win, you feel me? Like, that's crazy.
That make you feel some type of way.
It already does make you feel some type of way, but that is what it is. Neither here nor there. What else? Charlotte. Charlotte looks like she's having fun, like you said, BA. She has to realize that she don't have to be champion. If she can have fun just wrestling and being an entertainer without needing the championship, see, that's the issue with Charlotte's character. Charlotte's character needs the championship. She needs to somehow find a way where she doesn't need a championship, but she's still like necessary and involved. Right now with Alexa Bliss, this whole we're not friends, but we are friends thing, I think it works right now. She doesn't have to be stuck in a character as far as being a heel or a face. She's really just her. After talking about herself and how she felt about women's wrestling, I think it benefits her right now. Her and Alexa Bliss actually are friends, so that kind of like works for her right now. She doesn't have to be involved with the heavyweight championship, make prestige to another belt. This is something that help her mature and develop if she actually wants to be a long-term wrestler that gets cheered. And well, she's gonna be a legend either way. It is what it is. But yeah, if she wants to make it to that next level, the final promo, like, Solo's legit. Solo's that dude. I don't know if Triple H understands what he has. Solo is funny. Solo can lead a group. Solo can be a conniving heel. Like, I really think we're gonna get to it later about who they want to push and all that stuff. I put a little spoiler a little earlier, but yeah, I don't know. I think Solo's that dude. Like, Solo can talk better than Jimmy and Jay. And that's their younger brother. You feel me? So,
yep, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah, and Solo's legit. Like, Solo has already had matches. You already had him have pinfalls and all. You can really do something with them, but I really don't think they're going to. Shout out to MFT having a name already. I know you called them the MFT's BA, and it's funny that Seth still doesn't have a group name yet. But we're going into who knows what week. And overall, the last part is too forced. This double turn is not like a Bret Hart, Steve Austin. This. I think I told you before weeks ago, BA, that the only way Cody could leave with this belt is that he had to be heel. They could not let him leave without it being heel, or John Cena has to leave with it again. They're forcing it, trying to give Cody the belt. Looks like maybe he loses. I don't know, but Cena turn it face to then switch it around. We'll see. But overall, yeah, I'm gonna give the show a C as well. We'll leave it there. But with all that being said, Travis, what were the highs and lows brought to us by?
By the good people of Fanatics.
Yes, sir.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Please, 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 if you need any wrestling merchandise, titles, belts, I said belts, same thing, sorry. Titles, shirts, anything else, please go to Fanatics. Use the link that was on the screen. Or also, if you are at home watching on your TV screen, use your camera and take a picture of the QR code to take you straight to the link, and you can help out the channel. But let's get right to the wrestling tea, folks. All right, y'all. First up, we have Mr. Seth Rollins here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put it in people's face. If you can see him, they caught him leaving. I believe this was Evolution. He was walking with crutches and all. And then later on, I believe yesterday it was, we have was Becky Lynch, his wife, posting a video with Seth and their daughter. All right, y'all. So I just want to get you guys' overall opinions on this. Do you think that Seth is hurt, first and foremost, for real? Do you think this is a work or this is real? And do you think he'll be back in time to actually use the briefcase? You think Paul's going to have a good setup if it is a work or a shoot? And if you think so, if you think it is a work, do you think that's tasteful? So just give me your overall opinion on the whole situation. I'll start with you. Let's see, Travis on this one, just real quick.
Yeah, I think he's hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like I don't think nobody put this much of a charade or anything like that, but just to prove something. I think he's legitly hurt. Now
Okay,
with the
so
briefcase thing, I do not know.
Okay. All right, Queen.
What you about to say?
Nothing. I was just gonna keep moving. That's
Okay.
That's one. That's one
So
option.
I think he really injured. Yeah, I think he really injured, but I do think that they're gonna try and make it part of the plot line just because this is WWE, like, so they're gonna find a way to, at least for optics, make it work. But my question really is this going to involve him, one, having to get some sort of surgery, and is that going to change the timeline of when he returns? Because that's the question. Is if he has an injury, that's one thing, but the secondly, is it going to be something that is going to have to be fixed, in another way other than just, healing, just like saying off it? Because obviously he's moving around on it. Even if he's not putting a whole pressure on it, he was actually moving quickly, like with his daughter. So part of it just makes me just question, one, is it as severe as we think it is, or is it something where he's going to be out, a little less time than we originally expected? Or, as I just said, is it going to be like a Kevin Owens thing where he's going to have to get a surgery, and then that's going to have to decide a timeline on, how long that takes healing? But I don't think it's a work at all. I do think it's legit injury. But I do think that just because it's WWE, they're going to find a way to work into the plot line somehow. And I do question, though, that whole briefcase thing, because how long is he really going to be able to hold it before it gets to the point where it's kind of like hoarding it? You know what I mean? Like,
I
you
mean, he
kind of have
has
to give it
until
away if
June to
you're not
cash
going
it
to
in.
be here.
He
Yeah,
has
like
a year.
you ain't got, like, he has a year, but
You
like
got
the
1
question
year.
is, like I was saying with the surgery thing, is if he has to get something that has to have surgery, that's going to take usually 6 months if it's something on the
Yeah.
leg, if he has to get surgery. So that's an automatic extra 6 months on top of however long it's going to be before that. So is it going to be a year plus, so and so months or something like that? Like, we don't really know the details, and they're not really giving us a whole lot. And they're obviously not giving us a whole lot because they still trying to figure out their plot line. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. All right, BA, what's your thoughts, bro?
I think it's both. I think he did get hurt, and I think maybe at first he thought it was way more severe than what it was. I don't think it's as severe as we would probably, or at least I would like to think at first. So I think he'll be back. I'm not saying he'll be back by SummerSlam. I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to be back. Between SummerSlam and I don't want to give it too long, but WrestleMania, I know that's April, but around that time, maybe the Rumble, maybe a little bit before that, maybe the turn of the year. I think he'll be back. So yes, I think they're going to work it, and they're going to make his return impactful, some kind of way. Appreciate you. So yeah, I think that's it. But to go along with what I was saying last week, if this whole thing is a work, then yes, this is very distasteful. To go with one of your original questions, very, very, very distasteful.
Yeah, I was going to say. So part of me is saying, I don't know
Well,
why.
before you
First,
go,
I thought it was real. You say what, Travis? What he say?
You think it'll be back for Survivor Series or like around that time?
So
you think it'll be back around Survivor Series?
He said maybe WrestleMania or before that, but I was going to say I'm starting to think it is a work, and I hope he's hurt, and I don't mean that like hoping he's hurt like that. If he's already hurt, I'm hoping that he's hurt. Yeah, like morally. He needs to be hurt with what happened, because if it's a work, and the reason I'm starting to think it's a work is a couple of reasons. Y'all kind of touched on them. Queen talked about they haven't said anything about a surgery and all. Yeah, he already had a knee injury. First time he messed his knee up or whatever, or every time he messed his knee up, they talk about and they show us the surgery when he's going in the room and doing all that stuff. They got like video packages of him, you feel me, going in the surgeon's room, about to get his knee done and all. They say that kind of stuff. They give you exactly what the injury is and what's going to happen. 1. 2, he made sure to show up at Evolution. He was on his crutches and all that. 3, Becky Lynch did this video where she's showing her husband and all that stuff. She made sure to show him right now what the crutch is doing. This, you feel me? Like it's like in a movie when you're paying, or a show when you're supposed to pay attention to stuff, and it's
breadcrumbs,
like
yeah.
Yes, they're breadcrumbing. So I say all that to say, CM Punk is now the guy that's in charge. We're going to. I mean, that's going to face for the championship at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman said that they're going to keep the briefcase. What if he comes back at SummerSlam, y'all? What if he comes back at SummerSlam, Punk wins at SummerSlam, and Seth Rollins makes it so he only has the championship for a couple minutes? Would you put it against Paul doing that?
That can happen two ways.
I wouldn't put it against them. I mean, that'd be good TV. That'd be great TV.
I think we're thinking about the obvious way. Seth comes out and does everything. He doesn't need to, right? He can.
You're right. He can be Bret Hart.
He got 2 goons. To do the dirty work for him, and he can limp out there just like he's doing now.
Yep.
Get the title, and then, like you said, go through his Bret Hart situation and spend about good 3 months or whatever like that. But he has the title, and he got 2 dudes there to say you can't touch me.
I mean, that's a good storyline, right? That's a good storyline. And I would make it. You can make it a triple threat match, and you can make it a triple threat match where it's no DQ. If he actually gets involved in the match before Punk wins the title or whatever, you make it no DQ. Your guys go out there and beat the hell out of them guys. You go pin and win the match. You come out there, and that actually builds the feud between you and Braun Breaker, because now Braun Breaker's doing your dirty work. He's really the champion while you're the champion. You feel that can be the storyline. Hey, Paul, here you go again. If you're paying attention, here you go, Paul. But I hope, like I say, I hope he's really hurt for like.
I mean, here's another one, Paul.
Tastefulness for this, of all this, but like. That would be nasty if he's back at like SummerSlam, like wrestling.
Yeah, if he's back wrestling, doing the flips, I'm like, yo, that's dirty work.
Not a good look, man. But let's keep moving on, y'all. Since I already gave away, I pulled this from Twitter real quick. But so allegedly, shout out to NoDQ.com here for the graphic. But Paul is deciding to push as his future stars Braun Breaker, Rhea Ripley, and Jacob Fatu. The screen says Braun Breaker, Rhea Ripley, and Jacob Fatu reportedly being groomed to be WWE top stars. Now, first and foremost, guys, isn't Rhea Ripley already the top woman star in WWE?
I believe
that's
so.
Wrestling. She's already the top. So why is she being groomed to be the top star if she's already the top star?
I don't know why she's being groomed. I thought she was good.
Okay, that's one.
She never lost.
Secondly, I think they stuck on. I told y'all from the beginning, they stuck on this Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu thing. You cannot get stuck on guys as stars. Just put all the guys at the top, and the cream will rise. Like that's the reason why I was talking to Clean in them before. That's the reason why you had Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Triple H, Rock, Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, all at one time, and able to go change and have main events and be in the main events and Chris Jericho.
And we were able to have simultaneous storylines going on. So nothing got
because
stale.
You put guys up there and somebody, and then you would always have your guys that are the top guys. You feel me? Like you can have a bunch of top guys But your guys that are
Mhm.
the superstar guys are still going to be the Steve Austins. You feel me? Like even when we're making Brock Lesnar that guy and all that, like you would have your guys that rise to the top, but you make multiple
Mhm.
stars. Triple H is stuck on these guys. I don't even know if they are the stars. Like I keep telling y'all, like I know they got that aggression and that to them and all that, but bro, your promo game is weak. Neither one of these dudes' promo game is top tier. Neither one. No,
They can't
sorry,
talk.
on all three of these people. Rhea Ripley, one of the worst women that's on the mic.
Yeah, she
just
might
in
be the
general.
worst. Braun is it, but
She says the same thing
yeah.
over and over again.
And
Shout out to CJ.
Jacob
I
said
want
the
my
same
top,
thing over and over again. Why
but
yada mean? And then he
Rhea
just walk
Ripley
around
says,
and
I want my title back and all that over and over again. Shout out to like Steve Jax and all that over and over. The title I never lost and all that. That's all she say over and over again. So that's Rhea Ripley thing. Braun Breaker, he barks and does little movements and all, but even when he was doing that little talk segment, finally, what you feel me, when he got to get the mic and took it from Seth, it didn't feel like, oh my God, he's menacing. He's about to, bro, come on, man. And Jacob Fire too, like I said, the more he talks, the weak his character looks. So yeah, that's my opinion. But what you guys, and then quick, you want to say about this?
I mean, I
Yes.
guess it's the
Go ahead,
people
Quinn.
that we expected
Nah.
though. Like, and they all kind of lame choices because there's so many other better talent out there that really needs to be groomed. I don't think either any of them need to be groomed, especially not Brian Baker. His dad is Scott Steiner.
Rick Steiner.
Like, who he need to be groomed by? That's what I want. And Jacob Fatu come from a wrestling family. Like, so what do they need to be groomed for? What? Anyways, next person.
So I think when they say groomed, they're going to get the Cody treatment, as in we're going to get you acting classes, we're going to get your speech classes, we're going to make you a star.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's what
though
that's kind of
you're
what
going
I
to go from
assumed.
here to Hollywood. That's what I think by that. And my only concern really is where the hell's Carmelo? Like him and Braun Breaker was in NXT dominating together. They got called up down there together.
Yes.
Like where's his push?
Yeah.
Where's his being groomed or whatever the case? So that's my caveat is okay if you want to choose those guys or whatever like that, okay, fine. Like you said, King, we're gonna see who kind of settles at the very top, if I can say. That's gonna happen regardless, based off the crowd. We've seen this with Roman. Roman did not race, although you put the title on him multiple times. He still was not over until he got naturally committed to the role in which he played him basically himself. So I'm just waiting for where's Carmelo and all this.
Hey, good segue because we're gonna go to this. Shout out to my guy, R-Truth, man. He posted his tweet. I think it was early today, right?
Yes,
Justin?
sir.
He
About
said,
an hour or so ago.
Yep. Ron
Yes,
Killen
sir.
says, I'm driving now. Look who hopped in. Fire. This ride about to be at Metro Boomin. Pun intended. Hashtag pressure. Make him hot. So I don't know if this means that R-Truth is going to make music just in general for his CDs, his albums with Metro Boomin, or if it means that he actually may be making some type of entrance theme for maybe himself and others with Metro Boomin, or maybe it's a combination of both, I hope. But that's a good segue again to this picture right here. R-Truth posted this, I think, about a week ago now, of himself along with Carmelo Hayes and the Street Profits in the back when they were still champions. I think it's right before they lost their championship. So with this picture, guys, what do you guys see from this? Usually, like I say, they're usually breadcrumbs in the WWE. They don't do anything for no reason, and Triple H knows what's going on. What do you guys, from seeing this picture, what do you guys think? What do you guys feel?
I hope it's a stable coming.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. I hope that he's grooming them, like, so we can use grooming again. I hope that he gonna be big unk and he gonna help them out, and that I hope that also not only helps them out in the long run of just their wrestling careers, but hopefully within WWE, like hopefully that helps groom at the point where Triple H can't deny that they need to be pushed to the front of the line, basically. I think, but this is awesome. I'm loving all the melon in the picture, loving all the black boy joy. It's awesome for me.
Yeah.
I think this is actually unraveling as we speak. And I say that to say, well, one, let's separate everybody. So you have the tag team champs or the former tag team champs. They can clearly go back into that picture. They might actually crash next week's episode, and they might end up being in the SummerSlam match as well. That would be one angle. Two, They were there at the accident, in the car accident. Who's to say they didn't have something to do with it? Who's to say this whole thing? Because somebody else, Ron Killings, was crashing everybody's party. It's his turn to drive, right? That's what he said, right? Car accident, him driving. I'm just trying to put things together here. Also,
Paul?
let's go with
You know what?
Yeah, actually, I
see
forgot.
where
I did
you're
actually.
going
I
with this.
meant to bring that up. I forgot.
this.
Thank you, BA. I actually meant to bring that up. I meant to say that I was like, oh, maybe this is all a connection to that thing at the beginning because nobody ever said who crashed the car at the beginning.
correct.
Like at the beginning of that whole thing. Like I meant to bring that up. Thank you, BA. I almost forgot.
All
Yeah,
good.
because I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's them. I think they're going to be slowly terrorizing people. Because remember, too, they had the whole police thing that was going on. At first, we thought it was Solo calling on Jacob, but then Jacob had Solo getting arrested. But maybe it wasn't even either of them calling it. Maybe it was them.
There we go. Also, the last we heard of R-Truth, Ron Killings, he was in this Damian Priest, Aleister Black situation. Well, who just wrestled? Who just a part of that? Carmelo. Carmelo was the one. Hey, I told you not to do that, Damian Priest. I'm telling you, he's laying down breadcrumbs as well. And also, just real quick, I wanted to save it for this segment versus the SmackDown segment. I know they was in San Antonio. I understand that. But when I say that whatever HBK is, and I'm coming from a Bret Hart fandom, so I'm not necessarily 100% for Shawn Michaels, but he was a great in-ring performer, no doubt. When Carmelo did the springboard forearm smash, it looked just like Shawn. And I know he was doing the sweet chin music, but I know that it's in San Antonio, and yes, that's probably one of his mentors because he came through NXT. But if there's anybody to give that move to, I'm saying Carmelo might be prime category because he's going to need a move. I don't like when people do top risk maneuvers to try to work your way up. That's not going to. It doesn't work too well. Most of the great performers, superstars, they don't have top ring type moves to end their opponent. It's usually something on the ground they can get off quick balls.
You said Randy Savage,
right? So you understand that was limitations there, right? So I don't think he. I know it was in San Antonio, but I don't think he did that little pre-move set that got caught. I don't think he did that for no reason. This guy has superstar written all over him. And let's go with the leader himself, which will be Ron Killings. Well, anybody that John Cena lost to are championship fighters. John Cena or John Cena won or whatever, who lost to him. So
he beat John Cena right now.
And he beat John Cena. So let's add that. So he can go for what you would consider the championship role, although it could be short-lived. That's fine. Carmelo can do the in-between, and then you got the tag team chance. My only caveat here, the only thing I have an issue with, Angelo Dawkins, bro, you are a sum of all these parts, and you're not. I hate when you try to check off all the boxes of what you can do in the ring, but then you don't do anything great. Montez Ford is the high flyer. He's the modern day Jeff Hardy. Carmelo is superstar all around. Conversion, all that. Ron Killings is Ron Killings. He's going to sell regardless. You're the one that's supposed to be the muscle out the group.
Yeah, you're the powerhouse, bro.
And you're not.
But that picture kind of looked like it though. You feel me? You don't get that from that picture right there with the hat back and all. Like he looking like.
It looked like it, but I know how he wrestles. So if he changes things up a little bit, just add some more powerful moves to you. Just three more moves to your move set.
He need to hit the gym. Tell you the truth as well. He need to not saying that he's not a big dude, but he got to tighten it up. Pause. Like he need to really look like
he got to happen.
The powerhouse.
Just take a little HGH. That's all. Just a little bit. Not. Don't get hooked on it. I
really think though this should be a continuation of
that from the record.
This should be a continuation of Ron Killings and TNA. Simple as that. Ron Killings and TNA was the guy was against the establishment. That was his whole thing in TNA was why these guys put me down. Why didn't they push me to this? You know what's going on. Triple H just fired him. This should be the whole Carmelo Hayes. Where are you, Carmelo? Street Profits. Why can't we get a match on the PLE? They could run this organization as tweeners right now, just being the real voice of the people and all that. Like we see what's going on. There are fans like us, like them, that see what's going on. They represent us as that fan that sees that and says, where the black folks at and all. They should be directed towards us. So if Paul, Triple H, whatever you want to say, gets this together, he has a group. He has his IC guy. He has his guy that can compete for the heavyweight championship. He has his tag team together. That's exactly what a stable is, or what a stable used to be. These guys can run it, pause, and also go against faces and heels. They could actually literally just be like, I don't want to say the NWO, but they're like their own entity in a way that's not about what's going on. Like, we just go against whoever's in our way. That's how they should be, and I would love it. So shout out to y'all with that. But let me see. I think I had one more thing. Oh, a couple more things.
Also, I think this could possibly replace the Hurt business.
Yes, basically that Hurt business way, but Triple H didn't go. But our truth
do that with them.
MVP couldn't wrestle anymore, and what's his name can't talk at all.
Right.
Bobby Lashley. So, and Shelton Benjamin and all that. Like, MVP had to be the talking. For this, they can actually have a group of guys that can show off. They can make all of them stars in this group. This can be Evolution. Like, they want to make Evolution for real. This should be Evolution right here. But, well, who knows? Next, let's go real quick because I want to hurry, get towards the end of the show, get to the questions and comments. The Tribal Chief Championship, though, guys. This was released just recently. They put it on WWE Shop. For Roman Reigns, his belt. This was originally going to be the championship that they were going to award Roman Reigns or Solo Sikoa for winning. I guess that was the opening episode of Netflix, the Tribal Chief Combat match. What you guys, I guess, is overall opinion of this belt? I know it sold out, I think, real quickly. It was the top selling thing on the website, like always. Shout out to Roman Reigns. But you guys like this? You don't like it? You wish they would have let it be one of the belts, or you throw it away?
I don't know. I think it's kind of ugly for some reason. I don't know. I don't really like the bottom part of it.
I don't like that Roman's on it. Pause.
Nah.
I don't like that.
That kind of too. It kind of defeats the purpose of it being the official Tribal Chief belt. His face is already on it.
Yeah, I don't like that. They could have did something.
It just reminds me of that People's Championship that The Rock has.
But The Rock's got his symbol.
We know it's the
so
Rock
that's even
because
cool.
of the.
Like, I like the People's Championship. They sell them. I like that better than the Brahma Bull one. The Brahma Bull one was ugly to me. That People's Championship one is like the better version of it, I think. But you should have put Roman face on this. Like, it should have been it can't be anybody other than Roman's if it got Roman's face on there. Go ahead, Bia.
I'm saying that it should have been just
a finger.
That's
or
it.
you feel me?
I would have been fine with that.
Like, I like how they put the Ulafala on it.
Because the
They could
Ulafala's
have
on there.
just did something more with it. Yeah.
You could have put the WWE in the middle of it. You feel me?
Put a
Like
palm
you got
tree
other
on.
stuff.
Even still, like we said, like the time that it's coming out.
Or
I'm glad they went with the Ulafala angle. I think this should have been his double championship when he had that long stretch along that time. Normally, when you go through stretches like that, they give you your own title, and if you lose, it goes away. But hey, you have that particular belt. But
so you
they
saying
missed
the
their
belt?
window.
So you saying the belt that John Cena and them got? That's what be Roman Reigns' belt. It should have been this.
Yes.
Before they made that belt.
And you didn't. You could, like you said, you could discontinue it right away after he loses it, and then usher out the old belt or whatever. But for that stretch, because he had the belt for a while, they should have gave him his own belt.
All right, y'all. And next, shout out to TNA, guys. The phenomenal one himself, AJ Styles, returns to TNA for Slammiversary. What do y'all think about this? With AJ Styles going back to the place he really built to take care of this?
He needed to stay his ass over there in the first place.
Oh my goodness, jeez.
So
I'm a little tired ass gloves.
I was just gonna say I love it. Go ahead, BA.
Yeah, just quick background, and I was explaining this to King while he was at the shop. On Great American Bash, got it right. Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and the dude Santana, they're going for the TNA Championship belt, but they had a contract signing. And that contract signing, Trick basically said, "This is my title. I'm the best TNA champion. I'm the best TNA champion y'all ever had." And he's an NXT guy. And then the crowd started saying AJ Styles. That was about a week ago. And then now all of a sudden, you're hearing this promotion, just like he put up there, that AJ Styles is returning. Is that saying Trick is going to face AJ? Who knows? But, I mean, it's better than fighting Dom right at this point.
Yeah. I say AJ Styles should beat Trick Williams, take the TNA championship, right? Let Dom keep his Intercontinental championship. AJ takes that. Trick Williams, you move him up after he loses to AJ Styles. Like, that's his move into the WWE or whatever like that. And then Joe Hendry takes the championship back from AJ Styles. which then you have a building block for Joe Hendry moving up because he took it from AJ Styles. Like, I think they should work it out where AJ Styles is helping this organization since he's towards the end of his, and he's helping out TNA to build them up because they have a partnership with WWE right now. I think this would be awesome if they did it that way, but that's my overall opinion of that. Lastly, I want to get to this. Goldberg, as you know, he had a retirement match recently. So I want to post real quickly his words that he had on the Ariel Helwani show. And then I also want to follow up with comments by Peter Rosenberg of now WWE himself. But here's Goldberg first.
Have built up to something like the ultimate rib. I guess that was the ultimate rib.
You think that was intentional? You think that was done on purpose?
I don't know. I'm not saying it was done on purpose by any stretch of the imagination. I'm saying that it wasn't prepared for on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So they wouldn't do that to Taker, right? I don't think they wouldn't. They're not going to do that to Cena. Cena's going around the world doing his retirement thing. You know, mine was just the World Heavyweight Championship match. And to be honest with you, I'm going to catch hell for. I don't care. It was a world heavyweight. Dude, I had world heavyweight matches all the time. That doesn't do anything for me. It does, but make it different than just an angle at least at the end, and do something, say something. I don't know. It just felt a little for me. That's all. That's it. And like I said, man, I'm not here to bitch and moan because I don't do that. And I'm not complaining by any stretch of the imagination. You asked me a question and I'm answering.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yells at me for doing this on vacation. Listen, Bill Goldberg, as a Jewish guy who's in wrestling and loves wrestling myself, obviously I appreciate his contributions. I cannot believe the complaints about his send-off. Have you guys ever noticed that the people who are the most overbooked, the most over-celebrated, are always the ones who complain? The man got a 15-minute match. It should have been a squash. Let's be honest. He should have gotten Goldberg. He should have been speared and taken out. The man's pushing 60 years old, hasn't looked good in the ring. Some would say ever, but certainly not in the last few years. Got to have a 15-minute match, a battle with the world champion, and get a few words live on television, and complains about his mic getting cut off. First of all, people, watch the product. NBC goes when the show ends every single time. They do not wait. The NBC, this is network TV. It's not USA, it's not Netflix, it's NBC. They go when they go. He still got in a nice little moment and got to be celebrated on. Do you know how many people better than Goldberg, their send-off was, we wish them the best in their future endeavors? All right? Do you know how many? Did this guy get to stand in the ring on national television and have a send-off? You should be thanking your lucky stars for the money you've made and the appreciation you've gotten, which many don't even feel is fully deserved. To complain, I'm so disappointed.
Okay. So let me go first, and then you guys say what you want to say. Who the hell is Peter Rosenberg? Who does he think he is? First and foremost. Secondly, Paul, what are you doing? Do your job. You know, when all these guys are talking and what's going on, what can hurt the product and all that stuff, you know what's going on. So handle that. You shouldn't be having this man talk about that guy like that. Thirdly, if you guys didn't know, you didn't see this live as far as what he's saying, he had Dusty Rhodes on his shirt. He was talking about that guy getting sent off and all that. Isn't that the whole reason why Cody Rhodes had a story now, why we're seeing Cody Rhodes? Was because they treated Dusty Rhodes the wrong way? Isn't that literally the reason why?
Didn't it require about how his dad was treated?
That's literally the reason why we're doing that. Okay.
Years?
But I don't know who the hell this guy thinks he is, who gave him who told him he was the leader of the wrestling community, who told him he was the leader of hip-hop community. I don't know. And I'm not even the biggest Goldberg fan, but it is what it is. It went off the air on Peacock as well, bro. It wasn't just NBC on the TV and all, because Peacock does the PLEs and all, and they can continue going over time. So it didn't stop with that one. Goldberg was asked a question where he said, man, how would you want your retirement match to go? Goldberg said it did nothing. You didn't use me being Goldberg to build anything. You just threw me in a heavyweight championship match that most people thought I was going to lose already, just for me to lose. And then you cut my speech and all that. Why was I even there? There was no reason for that then and all. So I didn't think anything was wrong with that. And like I said, I'm not even the biggest Goldberg fan. Like, he even hurt Charles Robinson. Shout out to Charles Robinson in the match. But Like, I don't know who the hell Peter Rosenberg think he is, and how is he a representative of the WWE talking bad about, like, if Goldberg got to wait 2 weeks until he talks about the match and all that, why the hell are you talking about it? Who the hell are you, bro? So I wish Goldberg could see him face to face, and I would like him to keep that same energy in his face. But go ahead, guys. You guys got anything to say real quick before I move on to the questions and comments?
That was good. That was great. Wrap it up. Great job.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, I feel like the same thing I basically said is that Goldberg at the end of the day, he did kind of get like a cheap going away party. Like that's how he feel like. He felt like he got a cheap going away party, and that they kind of just they did kind of like just kind of push his little trying to do his speech at the end away, and then had Cody come out and have his music play like in the middle of it. Like I thought that was rude too. So I do feel like everything Goldberg said was true, but that Rosenberg dude, I don't know why he threw out that as another Jewish person anyways. Like what did they have to do with the price of tea in China? Either you felt like he didn't get a good going
another Jewish person that's
like
in wrestling, bro. You're not in wrestling. Hell out of here.
Yeah, what does that even have to do? I've never seen you ever wrestle. So anyways, you're nobody to me. Like I know who Goldberg is. I don't know who you are.
He does post shows that nobody watch. He does post games that nobody watch, or people have playing because they still got the pay-per-view playing. That's it.
Yeah. So anyways, I just heard of you today, and I've known about Goldberg for I don't know, like 30-something years. Anyways, like I just heard of you today. If you do work for WWE, that's really classless. And they should have some sort of clause, media clause against y'all doing stuff like that if you do indeed work for WWE in any capacity, because at the end of the day, that was still a WWE sanctioned event. And I don't think you should be able to make a comment on what you think that Goldberg thinks about it. That is for you to discuss with your friends over a beer, or your wife who didn't want you making that video while on vacation.
Hey, Paul Levesque, and I'll move on. Paul Levesque told people they had to take off "We Want Truth" shirts or "Our Truth" merchandise when R-Truth got fired or whatever, to then allow Peter Rosenberg, whatever the hell his name is, or to go ahead and do this and say that about Goldberg. So it is what it is. I'll move on. BA, what was that segment that Wrestling T brought us by?
Good people over at Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Please follow us on Playback if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. If you didn't know, you missed an awesome episode of She Talks Otaku last night with Queen. She streamed Sailor Moon R, the English dub version, so you can still check the replay over there if you want to. Like I say, it's free 99. But let's get to the questions and comments. If you're interested in sending us a question or comment real quick that you may want us to reply to, hit us up with the @ WTC. That way we know you're talking to us and not anybody else in the comments. And try your hardest to keep it respectful, unlike me in the Cuz We Geek comments. And make sure to get to your comments. Let's rock. Let's rock and roll, guys.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, y'all, let's get to this. First and foremost, we got our guy Devin in the house. He says, can you imagine Seth Rollins being the first person to not cash in the Money in the Bank contract? That'd be crazy. I don't think they're gonna do that though, Devin. They would make a reason to say something. I mean, I don't know.
I think other people failed at it too.
No, I think he said just not doing it. He may.
Okay.
He also
just not cash it in. Just nothing happens with it. Just next year they just do it all over again, basically.
He also says, I don't like that tribal chief title. Yeah, I think that's universal. It's sold out though. People going to buy it. I'd rather have the other one though. I'd rather have the other one. He had the 1,000 day one though. The one that was red, the WWE one. I think that one cooler. But this, I mean, it is what it is. Collector's item. He says, shout out to the Smoking Skull belt as well. Yes. Shout out to Roman Reigns in the house, y'all. OTC1. Get your name right, Roman. Appreciate you. He said, now Gage Goldberg might sign if they agree on the money. Maybe this is part of that story. Maybe. Got to end this story now against Triple H. Triple H gonna go over. He ain't gonna lose.
Is he part of that NIL group?
I don't know. It's supposedly one of them there, and Goldberg said that they were offering him some chump change or something like that. He was like,
No,
"Bro."
I don't think it was his son. It was a couple
It
others.
was him, Mark Henry's son, and somebody
I thought
else.
They did. I thought Goldberg did say
and Titus.
Yeah, no, you saying Goldberg not, and I'm saying Goldberg's son not in there. I'm just agreeing, saying it's because of the money issues. I think he said.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 3 other former superstars.
Yeah. But that's it, y'all. Quick show of that. But with all that being said, y'all, thank you so much for being a part of another episode of We Talk Combats. If you could hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel by BA's left shoulder somewhere down there. Hit the notification bell as well, and also leave a like before you leave out the door. I think the likes are somewhere by Travis underneath him pause. But also, if you haven't already, go over to We Talk Combat Clips, where we do condensed versions of the show and clips, and follow us over there. We want to try to get as many subscribers over there as we have here. Help us get to 500 there and here as well. Also, follow us on our other channels, Cap and Crown, where we talk new and old school basketball. We have shows every Monday and Wednesday evening, myself and Rel. We have a nice show. We had a nice couple shows last week. We're going to have a nice show as well this upcoming Monday or tomorrow. Also,
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I know, man. Shout out to Jason Tatum. Also, follow us on Cuz We Geek, where we talk about all things geek culture in movies and anime with BA, Rel, Will, and Big J. They had a show yesterday talking about upcoming. They had a Mortal Kombat trailer and upcoming trailers and things like that as well. They talked about. I missed the part when y'all were talking about Leo being a part of Captain Planet. I think I was in the bathroom. I said freshening up. I walked back. I'm like, damn, y'all talked about that. I need to hear y'all. But yeah, follow them on there. They're trying to get to their second goal of 500 as well. Also follow BA on Get Off the Damn Fence. I say it all the time. I'm trying to get a drop for you guys as well. But Get Off the Damn Fence, where they talk about all things just in culture, just in general, mostly sports and sports entertainment as well. But they talk about a little bit of everything. So follow them over there. They do shows on Wednesdays now, Justin, or Tuesdays again. Wednesday evenings. All right, Wednesday evenings. Follow all of us on our socials. Follow us in Discord. We have watch parties for all the WWE events. We also do pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever you call them. We'll have some combat shows as well, like mixed martial arts and boxing. We just missed the boxing one yesterday. I'm sorry.
We should start showing the power slap.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao though as well. I wanted to say that real quickly for going 12 rounds and getting a draw against the champion.
Manny say he should have won.
Yeah, but
I agree.
Shout out to Manny for doing that. Going 12 rounds.
Manny may be homophobic, but he one of the best boxers we gonna have this generation.
He got them hands though. But with all that being said, follow us on all our socials. We'll be back next Sunday as well. We may actually have a special guest on the horizon sometime soon here, y'all. We'll let y'all know. Follow us on our socials. We'll post there and let you know the promos. But with all that being said, this is another episode of We Talk Combats, where we talk all things combat, sports, and entertainment. The best damn combat review show on YouTube and everywhere else. And we'll see y'all next week.
And the blackest.
We out. Yes, sir. Peace.